Hi, Scorpio. I absolutely refuse to contribute to y'all's complex that you get slighted all the time. So I am going to give you guys a birthday reading. And because of Scorpios, because of you and the decision that I made during your season, I've decided that whatever season it is, I will be giving that sun sign a reading, a traditional me style reading. So everybody can thank Scorpio. Yay! Happy? What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Scorpio suns. We'll say, well, yeah, Scorpio suns. For Scorpio suns. This is for Scorpio suns. It's just for y'all. This doesn't feel, yeah, it does feel like, I guess I'm real time. You guys are seeing me feel this out real time. If it should be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I, in my prayers, been asking specifically for Scorpio suns. Interesting. As I'm filming, it feels like it needs to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. We'll go with that for now. Being willing to change our mind, being willing to let go, being willing to move forward, to be malleable, to be moldable by spirit. Your sign, your energy is bringing upon such profound change, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So, hydrate, light it if you got it. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors. Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Scorpios, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2023, baby. I hope you enjoyed the other reading that I did, for those of you who are drawn to it and watched it. This is very interesting, and we're doing something new, so thank you for exploring with me and feeling this out. I just feel like there's so much more magic in me, which means there's so much more magic in you. There's so much more magic to explore and to offer and to dive into and tap into. And it's just time to explore the parts, to explore the wholeness that are made up of the parts. We've done plenty of focus on the parts in each individual sign. And you are the embodiment of the zodiacal wheel. You are all the signs. We have access to all the signs. But for now, let's tap in and see what's going on for you. So, like I said, relax, hydrate, light it if you got it. So we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Scorpio season 2023. Be sure to go check out the Scorpio season astrology video that has all the important astrological dates. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit though, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Now, Scorpio, there is a shedding, there is this using your faith, tapping into, and I feel like there's that lunar eclipse, that full moon lunar eclipse happening on your axis in Taurus. I feel like there is something like a birthday, graduation, a leveling up. There's like, it's like a rite of passage or some sort of like profound a profound like leveling up. And I just feel like so much of your faith is required. Demonstrating your faith. You really figuring out what it is that you believe in and turning your faith into a verb. Whoa, whoa, wee, wow. When I shuffled, this was actually at the bottom of the deck, and y'all been seeing me shuffle for a while. Judgment. This is Pluto. Pluto is direct in Capricorn now, and Pluto is calling you to get off the fence and make a decision, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like there's so much that has been awakened within you. There is this like new lease on life, this like absolution. A few cards came out. I haven't looked at anything yet. And there is just this brand new chapter, all new like potential. But I feel like the divine is calling you out in some sort of way. There is this call to action, to take heed on the calling on your life, the calling on your heart. Some of you don't realize, or some of us aren't realizing that we have a calling. And that calling requires death, rebirth, letting go, rising back up again, resurrecting ourselves, being really discerning about who we go to war for, who we go to the depths of hell for, who we fight for. And I feel like there is some sort of like profound awakening, a spiritual awakening, an opportunity for you to expand. Intimacy, nakedness, transparency with the God of your understanding will be required. I also feel like there's like something really powerful that you need to say, or a powerful decision, or you're hearing something really powerful. Judgment is like the verdict. Justice is the deliberation, and judgment is the verdict. What's this other card? What did I say? I feel like you're being called to take this leap of faith. Being called and guided and directed specifically to you, like what I was saying before, to turn your faith into action. To turn your faith into a verb. There may be somebody else with Scorpio, Aries, or Aquarius placements that is playing a big role in your life or coming into your life. You may be thinking about like, what do you want to get away from? Being more nomadic or traveling, or is there this, I say you, but it may be someone around you. There could just be something about like wanting to get away from it all, risk it all. Do you know the difference between a risk and a leap of faith? Are the risks you're taking calculated? The things that are coming up, are they calculated? Are you thinking about it? Are you thinking long term, or are you just acting on emotion? I feel like it is absolutely time for you to take a leap of faith and learn the difference between a leap of faith and a risk. I feel like there's something that you have to say that can wake the dead, or something is being said to you and it's awakening. It's like awakening or resurrecting these atrophied parts of you, these parts of you that you may have thought have died. That really adventurous, carefree, impulsive, spontaneous aspect of you, that part of you is being called back to life after a period of darkness, death, sadness, feeling restricted. Pluto in Capricorn since 2008. You know, there is a freedom that's coming. Mars is in your sign right now. And I do feel like that's initiating the resurrection. Mars is giving you life again, giving you optimism, giving you ambition, giving you drive. But also Scorpio, for Scorpio suns and risings, it's really important to know right now there's the sun. You have the sun. These other two cards, I haven't looked at them yet. You have the sun in your sign. You have Mars in your sign. And you have Mercury. And Mercury is helping you articulate, like the sun is helping you realize your desires. The Mars there is helping you move towards them and take action towards them. And Mercury is helping you really articulate everything that you're feeling. So I feel like it's it's Sun, Mercury, Mars, as in like a hierarchy or like importance level, or like the hierarchy. And so there is this like realization, this like insight coming into your spirit, coming into your awareness. And Mercury, the planet of the mind, is helping you articulate everything so that you can really start to feel your feelings. So you can really think your thoughts and therefore feel your feelings, and then move, harness your energy towards where you want to go. There's 4 cards that came out. So center of the reading is the 6 of Pentacles. The light is so bright. You got the sun. There's like blinding realizations, things coming through that are just like, bam, oh, that's what this is. And in some area, there's like you've been taking breadcrumbs of what you actually deserve. I feel like harmony wants to be restored in regards to your physical health, in regards to your self-worth, in regards to how much money you make. People coming in wanting to invest in you, invest in your time. You being called to invest in your time, start a new chapter with your body. Start a new chapter by redefining harmony. What does harmony, what does balance look like for you? There's profound lessons still coming in from Libra season that you're supposed to be solidifying and grounding into your Scorpio and Sagittarius season. And final card that came out is the World. Graduation, leveling up, what I say, your birthday, something, and it requires this like understanding that you are protected. You are protected to be transparent. You are protected to be your whole self. I do feel like it's like the interior reflects the exterior. The micro reflects the macro. Something is coming to completion, feeling like whole, feeling satisfied, something happening, and it feels like the world to you. And I feel like you've worked really hard for it. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles. Final card, final message. So I do feel like you're learning how to co-create, learning how to work on a team, learning how to work with people, learning how to work with the God of your understanding. Final card, final message, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Page of Wands. Page of Wands, it flew out with the 2 of Wands. So originally I have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, but I'm going to place the 2 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And this tells me it's time for you to choose victory. It's time for you to choose movement, for you to choose to integrate the lessons that you've learned from your light and your dark so that you can harness it into this mechanism that propels you forward, or this thought process or this mindset that propels you forward, integrating the light and the dark. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have the World card out. And you have 2 of Wands on the bottom of the deck where he's holding the worlds. I'm saying something comes to you that feels like, oh my God, this is the world to me. This is what I've been wanting. This is everything. Something is coming to completion, something coming to fruition. And it feels like you finally feel safe, or you recognize finally that you were safe all along. You've been protected all along. I feel like stay fixed, get fixed in your faith, get rooted down, dig your heels in, and having faith for what it is that you want, and start focusing on what it is that you want. Even in thought, saying no to those thoughts of like the worry or the things or the things that you don't want to experience. No. That will not happen. This is what will happen. Thank you that this is what's happening. Start visualizing, feeling it. Let yourself feel. If you need to bring a friend, tag a friend in, yo, where 2 or more meet, baby. Where 2 or more meet. There I am. standing in agreement with you. And I feel like you're going to really, really feel the protection of the divine. It just will require a leap of faith. So let me zoom out a bit. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, I feel like it's time to get reconnected with your emotions. It's time to really get reconnected with faith. There's too many, like, there's like 3 cards here where it's like the hands are spread out. And there is this kind of like receptive energy that's coming in. I feel like in your birthday season, the veil is at the thinnest. And you can receive all kinds of divine wisdom, insight, knowledge, downloads. And I feel like you need to put yourself in a position to hear what the divine has to say, which means getting quiet. Both of the first 2 cards that came out depict the top of like icy, or the top of mountains. There are mountains in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 cards that are out. See these mountains, snow-capped mountains in the background? We're coming through, you know, this is like the dead of fall. That's what Scorpio season is. The dead, like the dead of autumn. And there is something about allowing yourself to like get braced for winter. So that could be like, hey, it's time to start taking your vitamin D. It's time to start really ramping up magnesium. I also feel like some of you are excited for the cold, excited for winter, excited for time in the mountains, or excited for snow. And so I feel like, yes, you're getting that, but there could be some message in nature mixed up for you. Something about getting out in nature, something about having fun in nature. And I feel like downloads, information come into you. I feel like what the divine is telling you is how to get from, like, hey, you're starting from the bottom, but you're going to get here to this mountaintop, and I got to give you instructions. Started from the coffin, now we're here to the mountaintop. The difference, the elevation, I feel like something like very miraculous, like a big turnaround. Like, I didn't think it could be this good. I didn't think I could ascend this high. I didn't think that this could happen. The switch off here, it's like the mountains are so far off in the distance here, and they're, you know, in this like sea level grave, and are coming out of this sea level grave, coming out of this darkness that's been going on for the last 15 years. Pluto, which is this card, in Capricorn, Pluto, the god of the underworld, in Capricorn, the sign that initiates the darkest part of the year. That's a lot of darkness, and look how dark it is in that box. You've been in a dark place. And so I feel like give yourself some credit for how far you've overcome, how much you've overcome. But I'm telling you, hold on, buckle up, baby. Because there is some serious like faith being activated, some serious like adventure. There's so much new potential. What do you want to do with all this new potential? What do you want to do with all this new growth? There's this brand new beginning. And I feel like in the brand new beginning, you need to there's something about letting go of the emotional baggage. And I feel like you're being called to let go of the emotional baggage. 3 major arcana. And so I feel like this is a season where, you know, the divine is really redirecting you. You've got eclipses on your axis, babe. You know, there will be shift, there will be movement. And with it being a lunar eclipse, this is going to be a total eclipse of the heart. You know, this is so emotional. And so it's interesting, but it's like what we feel about what we have. An eclipse, things suddenly coming in, like the moon, our emotions, what we feel, ooh. With this eclipse, the lunar eclipse, I feel like specifically for you guys, it makes me think of this Warren Buffett quote, where he says, if you can't control your emotions, the moon, you can't control your money, Taurus. And Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I feel like you're getting to a place where you're really being forced. You're being called out. You're being like, you can't be this, it can't be this easy to toss you to and fro. You've got to start this new behavior, this new chapter, this new chapter, this new cycle where you start behaving like a boss. You start behaving like, you know, you're worth it. You start behaving like somebody who is worthy. You start behaving like the stripes you fucking earned. You stop accepting breadcrumbs. You stop accepting less. I feel like after Libra season, the scales have recalibrated. Some shit has been weighed and measured. And some stuff will be coming to an end. Some profound cycles will be coming to the end. It's funny because the world, the Fool is the beginning and the world is the end. And so in your birthday season, I feel like this is like I just heard this on Naruto last night. It's like the wind from a door closing opens another. And that's feels like this eclipse energy. It's like not a door closing. It's like slam close. There's wind that comes off of it. And that wind blows something brand new wide open. And it's better than I imagined it. Better than I imagined it. Better than I imagined. And what opens up, I feel like, is better than you imagined. Center of the reading being the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I just feel like there could be something, like there will be, the center of the season, it has a lot to do with like stability, money, comfortability, the exchange of money, the exchange of goods or services, taxes. There could be like shit going on with like taxes or interest rates or things like that are set by like the government and stuff like that. There could be shifts in that, something coming to an end, some like new cycle or new interest rate or new rate or something of that nature. But I do feel like there are people also coming in to invest in you in a way that changes your world, or you are investing in you. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that is or Aquarius or Aries placements that like wants to start something new. I feel like the Aquarius or the Aries has something really important to say. I feel like if you are dealing with somebody with outside of you that has Scorpio placements, I feel like pay attention to what they're saying. If you're dealing with somebody, if you're dealing with somebody with Scorpio or, Scorpio placements, I feel like pay attention to what they're saying. You, as a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, pay attention to what you are saying, how much information you're giving out, how much you're allowing yourself to receive. If there's somebody with Aquarius or Aries or maybe Leo placements, I feel like pay attention to their actions and their behaviors and what inspires them. And maybe they're coming in and inspiring you to move or to act in a different way. And I feel like pay attention. If there's somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, I do feel like you have big lessons in grounding and fairness and balance and equity to learn from them, and that's going to manifest in different ways. This Capricorn or Aquarius, something may be done with them. There also could be stuff going here about traveling. Someone buying, like you having the money to go on a trip, or somebody financing a trip, or paying for you to do stuff, paying for you to travel. I do feel like planning travel, exploring different places for you to travel, making travel plans. Go somewhere new for your birthday. Go somewhere new for this season. It doesn't have to be across the world if you know, if that's not what the budget is right now, but at least, you know, you can go to the beach or go up the canyon, or, you know, it's time to explore. And with the final card coming out being the Page of Wands, I do feel like there is something here about this like swelling of passion, a swelling of physical, spiritual, sexual energy, this like uprising of personal power. There may be a new relationship that's coming in, the initial stages of a passion project, or something that you want to be involved in. Or there could be a child that's coming in and wants to travel somewhere, or you're traveling with your child. I feel like with the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck, plus the Chariot, damn, and then the Eight of Cups. It's like, yo, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to move around. It's time to explore. And it feels really important that there's no plotting or like scheme or anything that you're like involved in, or that you're like trying to like manipulate anybody to do anything. Like this is like from henceforth and forevermore, it's important to fucking act right. So tread lightly on the manipulation. The Page of Wands does make me feel like what brings you this, like, that childlike joy and wonder? And the closer that we get to Scorpio's, I mean, the end of Scorpio season, I feel like there's this new take on old love, like a replenishment in your connection. For those of you who are in long-term relationships or marriages, I feel like there's something like really fun and exciting that you can do that will like help bring a spark or bring things back, or bring or a stoke connectivity in some sort of way. But I do feel like this season it's really important to purge, to cleanse, to clear things out. I feel like there are big decisions. For some of you, you're being called to move. You're being called to go to a different place, or go to a different department, or go to a different industry, or going back to something that you love. I feel like with Judgment, this feels like being called back to something you love, or being called to do something that you know you can do, but you're afraid of doing. And I do feel like what has you all held up or has you scared is money. And I do feel like the divine provides. Something comes in and a way gets made where you don't see a way, and you are able to have this new begin, like settle into this new beginning, and therefore settle into this new beginning, and therefore close out something old. But it feels like things are feeling in sync. The deeper we get into your season, something feels in sync. Could be a new relationship with somebody with Aquarius or Capricorn, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. I feel like there is, like, if there is the opportunity to travel, explore, take a ride together, whatever, like, do that shit. Two cards that are Aquarian are out, the Fool and the World. And so I do feel like, for those of you watching who have maybe an Aquarius, have Aquarius energy, like maybe you're an Aquarius moon or an Aquarius rising, maybe you're an Aquarius sun and anyway, like wherever you have Aquarius placements, I do feel like there is something here about like renewal, doing what you're called to do, what you feel called to do. We just had that solar eclipse in Libra, and the scales are out here for you. And that solar eclipse in Libra, the big thing that I got here was like understanding the power of your emotions, and like applying the power of your emotions. And it feels really important to stop discrediting your feelings, and to stop like feeling or talking shit about yourself having emotions. Like, you're a fucking human. Like, you're supposed to be feeling things. You are not a robot. You know? Like, hydrate. Light it if you got it. You are not a robot, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Only thing I'm not seeing are like any cups. There are no cups that are out. So, which may be why judgment is the first thing out to be clarified on the selenite throne. It's like, are you listening? Are you listening to your emotions? Are you repressing your feelings? Are you stuffing things down? And are you trying to just run? She's a runner, she's a track star. No. Face your shit. And I feel like even if you did try to run, you would run smack dab into your conscious, smack dab into God, smack dab into the divine. You can't outrun what you're being told. I'm excited to clarify this in the plunge. I hope to see you over there, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there in the plunge, we clarify every single card and get to the nitty gritty. This is very scorpionic. Death, rebirth, the Fool, the world. The Fool, the beginning, the world, the end. There is this like need to not be afraid of the ending just because it's an ending. Don't be afraid to let go. You are meant to experience death after death, ending after ending after ending, because that's just natural. Everything that is alive has a life cycle. And we all have like these little deaths all over the place, these little endings. And there's something of that, some gift that you have to find the beauty in that and to find the power in it and to tap into the power. You have like the all access power, all access pass to the power of transformation. Where Aries has like this all access pass to the power of resurrection. You've got the breakdown. There's beauty in the breakdown. Let go, just give in. Ooh, is that the channeled song? Okay, come through, Imogen Heat. It's so amazing here. It's alright, 'cause there's beauty in the breakdown. Let go, let go. Let go, and jump in. Oh, it's so amazing here. It's alright, 'cause there's beauty in the breakdown. You're gonna be just fine. You are spiritually supported to take the road less traveled, to release the reins, to surrender to the God of your understanding, which is the one that's in control anyway. You have everything that you need to govern what is actually in your lane of control, what's actually in your jurisdiction. You have everything that you need. Go make some magic. I'll see you over on Patreon. Love you. All right, Scorpio, let's get into it. I want to start by pointing out no reversals. So I feel like you got a really good head on your shoulders this season. Like, you are about your wits. You're not seeing anything off. You just got to, I feel like the downloads, the information you are being given require action, and you're seeing everything clearly. It's time to turn away from disharmony, turn away from imbalanced power dynamics, turning away from power plays, turning away from like Maybe some of you are leaving an old job where you're undervalued or underpaid. Some of you are leaving lack mentality or scarcity mentality. But with Judgment being the first card out, you've been sitting on the fence about something. Do I stay? Do I go? Here's your sign. It's time to go. It's time to leave. It's time to find the courage to stand up for yourself or something, or this, thing that you believe in. Judgment denotes that there could be some new reason to live in some sort of way. Please clarify Judgment for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2023. I feel like there's something about feeling refreshed and you're ready to move forward to the next step. I feel like you just got to listen to the insight, to the new calling, or to the calling that's been there, that's getting louder, the thing that higher calling, karma. There also may be some criticism coming out. The Judgment can be actual judgment, someone judging you, someone, some confrontation possibly, that the confrontation acts as a catalyst. I just feel like Scorpio energy, y'all are aware of the outdated patterns and behavior that are no longer serving you, and it is time to dive face first into this moment of truth that's coming. The trumpet of truth is sounding in your life, telling you to take a stand, to tell the truth, to face or accept a situation, to pave a new path, to pioneer something new. And especially for those of you with Scorpio, Sun, and Rising, I feel like this is a majorly karmic time in your life. There's this rebirth, awakening, revelation, breakthrough shit that's going on. And this feels like a very much so call to action. And I very much so feel like you know what needs to change and you know what specific way you're needing to be reborn. And I feel like the divine is awakening you to the possibilities. And there is this renewed hope that either is here or is coming in. And I feel like it's helping you transform, help lead you to this fresh start. And it's not even lead you, it's like a calling. It's pulling, you're being pulled towards the Fool is very faithfully going towards Judgment, very interested in where he's going. And I just feel like this card, Judgment, reflects a change in your inner world that initiates a change in your external world. So please clarify Judgment. How does Judgment manifest? Ooh, thank you. Queen of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this could be about work. This could be about your self-worth. Are you being disrespected? Is somebody calling you out on how you're being treated? Is some call to action about you working back in the earth more, working outside, working with land or property? I feel like there is something shifting in how you make money or what you feel purposeful doing. You getting back to a place where you feel reconnected to your life. You feel alive and excited for your life. I feel like you're also being called to nurture yourself, to take better care of your body. Stop viewing yourself as a victim. Stop viewing yourself as someone oh, it's always going to be like this, and being so pessimistic. There is something about re-establishing the foundation. I feel like a divine judgment call is being made upon your actions and your growth. And you're being called to make a judgment call about how are you taking care of your body. There is some sort of new, what's going on with your stress levels. Critical thinking is really important at this time. Be careful of being overly critical, but at its extreme, Judgment indicates an excessively critical mind that is keeping you from succeeding. And that's at its worst. But I do feel like, Judgment is asking you to reevaluate your relationship to forgiveness, to release, to celebration. What are these downloads coming in? What are they about? Ooh, I just saw the Seven of Swords flash. So some of you are being called to like break away from the things that feel like betrayal, from these self-limiting beliefs, from previous betrayals. The download is coming in. Some of you are in trauma bonds. Some of you are like just keep giving to these situations where you feel left out or left less than. It could involve, or you feel like you're on the other side, or you feel like you're the black sheep, or you're, you know, taking the brunt of the storm, or somebody's always taking care of you. I feel like there's a lot here about like how you view yourself. Do you view yourself as the one that always takes the brunt of the storm, or do you view yourself as the one that's downtrodden and broken? Some of you are definitely thinking about quitting your job, definitely thinking about starting something new, investing in something new. And it just feels like, make sure that you're listening to the God of your understanding and not your ego, not listening to your fear, not listening to not letting your reasoning mind be the only one that makes decisions. I feel like you're being called towards creativity and love and fun and more like new depth in relationships, like the renewal energy. There is a renewal that's needed, especially when it comes to work. Renewal that's coming in regards to how you make money. And there is something here about like recognizing like your true purpose, your true mission, your true vocation, what you're supposed to be doing. Feeling some kind of like inner conviction to do something. Feeling like an impulse to act or start something new. And I feel like you're deciding to act different, to do something different, to make a difference. You're being called in a new direction. And that new direction has a lot of like joy or love or fun or creativity or spirituality involved in it. And that's why the divine wants you looking at your trauma, uprooting your trauma, acknowledging your trauma so you can uproot it, offload it, and travel light going forward. So with the fear, with the Fool here, ooh, I just said with the fear here, it's time to evaluate the fear. And that is here. Acknowledge it. Who put it there? Where did you learn that fear from? Where did it come from? Because there is some kind of like self-defining freedom that's coming in. Please clarify. Actually, if Scorpio is dealing with somebody else with Scorpio placements, what's the advice here? Don't give up. Unless you're in some kind of like crazy abusive relationship or something like, oh no, don't give up. Some of you are being called to take a leap of faith and actually get in a relationship or actually marry this person or actually like, you know, consummate the relationship or something of that nature. As long as you're not being crazy or foolish, I feel like you don't need to like run off and elope. Make sure you get to know these people, but I do feel like feel your feelings. If it's a Scorpio, I feel like, and they're treating you right, this is something very real. And that could turn to something, you know, that you commit to and they commit to you. Let me see, please clarify the Fool. And that could also be a sign of you committing to yourself. A need for you to commit to experiencing romance with yourself. Reverie with yourself, communication, commitment to yourself. What do you need to get away from? I feel like the Fool has came out in the other, I think, Scorpio season reading. But there's something here where it's just like you're being asked to, like there's this call to action to evaluate your habits and your relationships and what is stifling your inner child. Who is stifling your inner child? What does your inner child want? Not to fucking feel like this anymore, I can tell you that. And so I feel like if there is some sort of situation that's got you stressed the fuck out, in Scorpio season, if you don't tend to it and acknowledge and express what's really going on, you could do something really rash and end up leaving or saying some shit that you can't take back. Or just exacerbating the situation. I feel like when we ignore the Judgment card, we get the Tower moment. And you don't need the Tower moment. It's time to start viewing this stress or the pressure that you're feeling as a signal that, hey, this is an opportunity for you to start getting what you want and stop feeling so, you know, foolish or naive, or like staying in this situation where somebody makes you feel stupid. Ooh, 9 of Swords, and then the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's time to turn away from the drama, what's conflictual. I feel like a lot of you, this is your thought processes, big time, that are coming up. That it's time to turn away from this old way of thinking, this old way of like talking to yourself even. And so, like, whatever change is up for grabs. It's like, what does this risk help you do for yourself? What does it help you do for others? What does it prevent you from doing for yourself and prevent you from doing for others? It's like, whatever it is you want to foolishly dive into, start asking yourself these questions around it, you know? Like, what are you willing to risk? What are you ready to start? What tools are required? Are there certain details that you're ignoring or have ignored? Maybe even like, are there choices from the past, or is there pain from the past that may be blinding you or contributing to like a fear of failure, or contributing to like something that feels like a failure? And really, you're needing to break out of this love affair that you have with your reasoning mind and logic, and really start diving into visualizing or dreaming up, you know, what does a healthy relationship to like full-hearted faith look like? It looks a lot like that. But what does it look like for you? What does it feel like for you? Because there is some kind of like new beginning, and you need to figure out what that step looks like. But I also feel like a lot of you are being called to accept your folly, to accept the choices, the consequences of the actions that you've taken. You know, some of you have to acknowledge like, yo, that was foolish, or that was stupid, or you're realizing a pipe dream, or maybe you were, someone's asked, you were investing in an MLM, or, you know, something like that. It's like you were living in the moment and did something stupid, and now that is being realized. And I feel like it's being realized, you're learning your lessons, and you're being reborn. But in Scorpio season, I feel like you're really being asked to let go of your expectations, to expect the unexpected, and understand that things are changing. Here we go, finally a fucking cup. But it will require an emotional outpouring, that's what's going on with this right here. Because something is imbalanced. Please clarify the 6 of Pentacles. How does the 6 of Pentacles manifest? I feel like you, for a lot of you, it's like you need a plan about what it is that you're going to do about money. You don't need to just like up and quit. You need to start visualizing a plan. And also you need to start accessing your shadow, because your shadow has some shit for you, has some information for you. Because your shadow may just be like, fuck it, I just want to quit and I just want to do this. And it's like, why? What do you want to do? What are we running from? What doesn't feel good, shadow? What do we, you know, what do we really wish we were doing? What are you here for? What do you like need to nudge me into? What should we be doing with this life force that we have? And I feel like The Six of Pentacles is this awareness of like, there could be harmony. There could be balance. It could feel so good. It could look so different. I've just got to allow myself to like dream it up, to feel it out, to be honest about what I want, to be honest that I'm confused about this love relationship, or I'm confused about my future. I'm confused about my commitment to this company. I'm confused about my commitment to this project. Some of you, there's like something here about like it's time to be honest about like the person that you're in a relationship with is contributing to you know, substance issues or escapism. It's like, would you drink this much if you were dating that person? Would you, you know, party this much? Would you spend this much money if you were hanging out with these friends? I feel like there is some sort of like call to like a deeper self-awareness or more, even more satisfactory alone time. And there is this like need to have faith. You know, trust the fucking flow, babe. Do what you can to stay open, but you got to acknowledge your shit. And you can let go of the worry and the fear by way of looking at the dark, like your darkness, looking at the stuff that's uncomfortable. If you start addressing this, it ceases to be like this huge conflict. This is another reading all in itself. Just this row. There is heaviness, there's darkness, there's fear, and there's all this energy that you can siphon from that heaviness into your fucking dream. Period. But you gotta look at it first. And you're thinking, oh, if you repress this, if we just cover this up and just properly defend ourselves, we'll be okay. No, if you cover it up and just, you know, like glaze over, you're going to miss opportunities in what the divine has for you. There is no covering up or glazing over. Please clarify the world. What's ending? Please clarify the world. I feel like with the, there is something like a feeling of fulfillment or something, feeling in sync, or like you conquered something. You know, have you completed something recently? Like a lot of you are in a place of reaping the benefits of hard work. Motherfucking right. I feel like I asked what's ending, and this came out on its side. And it's like what's ending is you denying your own power. Yep. I feel like what's ending is like the reign of the mind. The reign of your old programming. The divine's like, yo, I've been trying to tell you that fucking crown isn't valid anymore. I've been trying to tell you, yo, you need an upgrade. I've been trying to say that sword is dull as fuck. I'm trying to inch and like poke you and give you this new thing, but you are clinging to the old tool. So now I got to turn your mind upside down. So you'll see what I'm trying to give you. And what I'm trying to give you, motherfucking right, is stability, recovery, power, and the proper partner. The world does signify a unification. And for a lot of us, it's a unification of the inner being with the outer reality. Things feeling really in sync, the macro, you know, and the micro feeling really in sync. But I also feel like this is like an integration. This is like a unification of like you and other people. And there is this new relationship that wants to come in. Please clarify the Page of Wands. Already got and you don't have to think about it. I love that. And I feel like what you want starts to become like what we want. A healthier version of what we want. There is no healthy we without a healthy me. There is no healthy interdependence without healthy independence. You, if you do the work, you will be rewarded. in a way that you haven't been rewarded. And I feel like do the work before you get dragged into doing the work. And doing the work is like, this is about tapping into your emotions, being honest about how you feel, and understanding that you got to put that energy into a different direction. And for most of you, 99% of you, you got to put that energy into establishing a healthier relationship with yourself, standing up for yourself, defending yourself, figuring out what it is that's worth defending, so that you can receive the fruit of your labor, receive that renewed mind, and start feeling really, really confident in whatever it is that you want to pursue, and have that. But right now, you got to look at the ways that your mind is bound so that you can turn away from that binding. And get to fucking work. But you've got to acknowledge what makes you feel weak so that you can transmute that into a strength. You got this. I love you. Connect with your fiery, energetic ass friends. The Aries, Leo, Sagittarius friends are the ones that are always bubbly or inspirational. Connect with those friends. They will help you. They will help you navigate through this. You need new people to navigate through your darkness with. You got to really let the right people in. And a lot of you have the right people in your life. They just can't get access to you because you got so much going on with the wrong people. And they got all kinds of access. I love you. 22:22 on the clock. You are going to establish mastery. Just let that bullshit go after you look at it. I love you. You got this.